my babies, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So today I'm gonna be showing you guys how I get this natural golden look. Soft glam has always been my go-to look these days and it's super duper trendy. So let's get into this video from start to finish. If you're not a pro, I promise you, don't worry, with time you'll get better and you'll blend like a pro. I already prepped my face and right now we are gonna get into this video. Next, I'm gonna go in with my 24 karat gold serum. This is a lightweight water-based serum that helps to restore dull skin's elasticity for firmer and youthful skin. It is formulated to fight fine lines and wrinkles, leaving your skin moisturized and glowing. Then I'll go ahead to massage it. It is always good to put a moisturizer. I have very oily skin, so I don't want my skin producing those oils for itself. So I'm going to go ahead to massage it into my skin. I just put a little drops. I'll massage it into my skin to make sure it gets really under my skin. Next, I'm gonna go in with my NARS Radiant Primer, and I think it's also SPF. It has some SPF in it. I'm just gonna put some amount on my face. We always want to go to begin with a primer. As a beginner, you always want to put a primer first before your foundation so that your makeup actually sits beautiful and it actually sits smoothly on your face. So first, of course, the first thing I do is my brows. I cannot do anything without my brows. So I'm just going to be using a regular pencil. And to get started, I think the easiest way to draw your brows as a beginner is to carve or shape them so that it's easier to trace them. What you always want to do is make sure your pencils are sharpened. And we have the beginning part of the brow. We have the middle part, also known as the arch. And we have the tail part of the brow. Right now, we look crazy, I know, but this will help us to trace our brows easily. I'm just going to do the same thing on the other side of my brows. I'm going to start from the bridge of my nose, and then I draw the arch, and then I go to the end point. And voila! There we have those 3 points. We just need to connect the dots. Now, we are just going to connect them and draw the brows. I don't want to make an updated tutorials for you guys, but my brows have been giving me a lot of problems lately. It's so annoying. You ever have this moment where 1 minute your makeup is on flake, it's flawless, and the next minute it's like nothing is going right? That is what has been happening to my brows of late. I'm just going to do the same above. I'm going to connect all the points where I drew the line so that it could form the arch. Like you could actually see right now, it's been formed. I know, yeah, I look a little bit crazy right now, but we're going to do the same thing on the left side and we are going to do it much faster. But after I finish with this, I'm going to fill up my brows because you don't just leave them like that. You want to fill them up and you want to start filling up your brows from the middle. You don't want to start in front because naturally your brows in front, they are actually not that full, if I could say that. And at the middle or at the end, they get so much thicker. So that's what we are going to do right now. We're just going to fill in the brows and make sure that nothing looks so fishy. So when we are done, next, I'm not just going to leave my brows like this, like you can see them. I need to go in right now with a concealer. The next thing you want to do is you want to take a concealer. I'm using the Maybelline Concealer Fit Me in the shade. Well, I'm going to put it down in the description box. I can't really remember. You're going to use your concealer to go under your brows, to define your brows. Next, you want to take a flat brush so that you could blend out your concealer underneath your brows properly. You're just going to go in and try to blend it. And when I'm blending this, I try to bring it down so that it could blend. And you have to be careful when doing this so that you don't wipe your brows away. It's common, especially with being a beginner. It's common to wipe it away and give it a different shape and you have to draw it over and over. Don't worry, you'll get there. Just keep doing it. And you could use any drugstore product. It mustn't be like the Maybelline I'm using or this. Anything that could go. If you have any product that is similar to this, you could recreate this look. Next, I'm just going to put some concealer at the top of my brows so that I could shape that, and you could also give it like a good shape or a natural shape. We're still going to use the flat brush. Now you have to use a very light hand when you're doing this. Like guys, I told you, it's not all the time my brows actually look the way they do. Sometimes they actually, oh my god, my brows could be so mean at times. So you're just gonna do that, and you see, like when you do that, the shape is actually coming out gradually. But then again, when we do this, you have to use a very, very light hand. And after this, we are going to do the same for the right side of our brows. We're just going to repeat the same process we did on the left side so that we could get that shape at the top. Next, I'm gonna go in again with my pencil so that I could add a little more definition to my brows. I'm just gonna fill it in again. And next, I'm going to take my brush and I'm gonna try to blend out the concealer while bringing it down so that everything looks neat and everything looks clean. Now I'm going back again with my concealer, but this time around I'm going to use my concealer as an eyeshadow primer. If you don't have an eyeshadow primer, don't worry, you could use your concealer to do this. And I'm going to put this on my eyelid, then I'm going to tap on it with a very, very light hand. I'm just going to tap to make sure that everything blends out nice and neat. I know you've seen like the little thingy on my hand. Well, that was another accident actually. I got that by like slicing up like pineapple with a knife, and there you go, your girl is always doing something fishy. Now I'm gonna go in with my Juvia's Place, the Numbia by Juvia. So I'm gonna take this warm brown shade and put it in my crease. I just want to create a soft, pretty, natural eye look. So I'm just gonna try to blend that into my crease, and I'm gonna be adding it, like I'm going to be adding it gradually so that I can gradually build up the color I want. Each time you take probably like a color shade from your palette, your eyeshadow palette, make sure you try to tap off the excess, and you need to go in like with a light hand. I'm doing this like back and forth, and I'm pressing it in. So I'm going to keep doing this until I can actually build up the color like to the amount I want. I know it's not so visible, but that's why I'm going in for like a natural look, so I could build it up gradually so that I get the brown warm kind of like look I want from this. So when you hold the brush at the tip, you're actually exerting a lot of pressure, and when you hold it at the end, you're actually getting like a natural kind of soft look because you're not putting so much pressure on your eyeshadow and on your eyelid. So I'm just going to go back into my Juvia and I'm going to like mix up these two tones. I'm going to mix up those two shades so that I could try to blend them into my crease. Then I'll go back again into my palette and take this golden kind of shade. But when I put it, I noticed it's not so visible, so I had to go in with my concealer to actually cut a little crease. Yeah, then I'm just going to tap on that to make sure that everything sets in and it's actually having like, it's clear without having some lines, or it's not being broken, or it's not having like, how do I put this for you guys? Like it's not having anything broken, it's actually smooth. Then I'm going to now tap on it, I'll set it down. Then I'm gonna go in now with that shade. You can see how the shade is popping. Actually, it's popping more. I'm just going to tap that into my crease. I'll keep doing that and adding it and building it up. Then I'm going to go into my Eye Magic palette. This palette, I'm actually using this because it has another gold color that it's more like it pops more than the one I used from the Juvia palette. So I'm just going to like take that and I'm going to tap it more to see if I can get that glowy, like golden, natural look. Now I'm gonna go in with my Anastasia Beverly Hills palette. It's the palette with Mario. I know this is an old palette, but I really love this palette so much. I'm gonna take like a black shade from there, and I'm going to like buff it in the outer corner of my eyes because I actually want to have like a golden and a dark look. So I'm just gonna be doing like a reverse C at the outer corner of my eye. I think I actually put a little, like I put much of it, but we're going to like blend that out and see how it looks. Yeah guys, blending is the key. We are just gonna keep blending that out, and then I'm also going to take, I have this little shimmers, they are gold, it's gold like you see. I'm just gonna put that little glitter to make the gold pop more. I'm gonna tap it like on both eyes, like I just press it in. I don't want to rub it, I'm just going to press it in like a little tap. Some is actually gonna fall off on my face, that's why I didn't do my foundation first. Next, I'll go in with my Maybelline eyeliner, but it doesn't really matter which one you use because we're still gonna be using eyelashes, like it's gonna be on top of these. Honestly, people sleep on drugstore makeup like this, but this is the best liquid liner I've ever used. It's mattifying and bomb. I like to start from the inner corner of my eyes and build up the progression in these. That is, it goes from very skinny to thick. Then one third halfway to my eyes, I just wing it out. I draw a straight line outward and make sure your hand is very stable for these. I know my hand is not so stable for these. And then I like create the sharpness of the wing. I'll just repeat the same process with the other side of my eyes, and I'm going to do the same thing. Well, don't be worried because we're going to use concealer to clean that out. I'm going to try and gradually build that up with the liquid liner. And after this, then we are going to do the next step, which is going to be, we are going to be concealing that. But before I do that, I'm going to take my mascara because I want my lashes to dry. I'm going to like brush my natural lashes. I'll keep on brushing it. You have to be careful not to stain your face, but even if, that's why I always advise that it is advisable for you to do your eyeshadow and everything first so that it doesn't mess the rest of your makeup. Now, you can see we are almost getting the look. Going in with my concealer. Yeah, you all know what time it is. It's concealer time, baby. I'm going to put this at the edge of my flat brush, and I'm going to make sure that if maybe I did the liner or the wing, it wasn't the way I wanted it to be, I'm just going to conceal that out. Like I'm going to brush it out to make sure that everything is looking nice. Like even with the shadows, I know with some people, they actually like go in with some tape at the edge of their eyes to do that and to give them that look, but I didn't do that because I'm trying to do like a beginner friendly something. What if you don't have tape? Like what if you have just your little products you're using? So you could use this method, but if you have tape, you could put tape at the edge of your eyes so that you could get this look without going in with the concealer. Now it's time for my foundation. So now that I'm done with my eyes, I'm gonna be taking my foundation. I'm using Fit Me. Like I said, I don't really know what shade it is, but I'm going to leave all of that in the description. I'm just gonna put a few pumps on my face, and also I don't want to put too much, and I don't put anything on my nose. I'm gonna go in with like my corrector. I'm using the orange corrector. I put it on if I have a spot, if I have something I want to hide, or maybe a chicken pox mark, like you all know the chicken pox stuff. So I'm just gonna put that there so that it tries to hide that. I'll just tap or dab it on it like gradually a little. Then I'm going to now take in my beauty blender, and I'm first of all going to try to blend the corrections, like the spots I want to correct. I'm just going to tap on that gradually. Then when I'm done with that, I'm going to now go in with my foundation. I will start trying to blend my foundation. I don't put so much on my face, and Fit Me is so good because it is lightweight. I don't really feel it so heavy on my face. I'm just going to like dab my foundation continuously. I'm going to dab it until I get the perfect blend I want to get. So I actually didn't put much, and I like noticed that I put very little and it didn't do like a total coverage for me. So I'm going to add a few more pumps. It's not so much, I'm pressing really little. So I'm going to try to blend that in. Like you can see, it's doing an additional coverage. I'm going to try to like blend that in. While I'm blending it, I'm going to gradually bring it towards my nose. My nose or my T area is very oily, so I don't want to like take the foundation and start doing that. Now I'm going to put some on my forehead forehead because I didn't put it there. Like, I'm doing it gradually, and I'm going to try and blend that out. So now I put some under my chin because I want to drag it down to my neck. You don't want your face looking all glammed up and your neck looking. So
oh my god, what is that? Oh my god!
I'm going to be taking my concealer and I'm going to be putting my concealer under my eye. I'm also going to put it on my nose, my chin, because those are all the points that I highlight. And I'm also going to be using a beauty blender to blend this out. I try to put it in those points because actually, like, these are my very oily areas, the T-zone. So I actually want to do a lot of coverage and make sure everything sits in nice and beautiful so that nothing is like popping out or doing what it's not actually supposed to do. Now, I'm just going to use my beauty blender, like the top of it, the side I showed you, and I'm going to blend everything out. Honey, it's about blending. We need to blend until we can blend no more. You need to blend your life. So we are going to blend that out. And I'll blend under my eyes. I'm going to blend my forehead. I'm going to blend on top of my chin. And when we are done with that, I'm going to be using my banana, I think it's called Benyen setting powder. I won't leave that for so long. Then I'm going to like dust it out to make sure that everything sits nice and beautiful. I'm using I just use my normal brush. I call this brush like the powder brush. I'm just going to use it to like brush out everything to make sure those areas I want to highlight. Like from my face, you can actually see that some areas are looking different. Next, I'm going to go in with my black opal stick. This is actually a contouring stick. I don't like putting so much because with contour, you really have to blend it out. So I'm just going to put a little on my forehead, like under my jawbone. Also this line on my neck, like before the neck, and I'm gonna put it on my nose because I'll be touching up my nose a little bit to make it look smaller a little bit. And let's start the blending process all over again. Once we are done blending, I'm gonna like take my lash glue and I'm gonna put it on my lashes while it's drying. Make sure you know this, you rub it like at the band of your lashes and leave it to dry. The lash glue is actually transparent, so when it dries, it's actually like it turns blue, but when you put it, it's like white. And you're just gonna look down and put it on your lash line to make sure that it's actually on your lash line. Like you can see, then you're gonna press it to make sure it like blends with your natural lashes. This is the easiest way I can tell you. Apart from this, I don't know how I can tell you again. So we're gonna do the same thing for the other side. You put it on the lash line, you press it with your natural lashes so that it looks natural and nothing is jumping and jumping and jumping. So next, I'm gonna go in with my Savannah palette. This palette, I actually use it for like maybe for like highlighting rather, to give, like you see, I just use, I don't use too much because I'm trying to go for a natural look. The more you use, like especially when you have oily skin, when you go under the sun or you find yourself in an area that is very, very hot, oh my gosh, this makeup is gonna turn on you, believe me. So we're just gonna be highlighting a little. I'm gonna highlight under my eyebrows. I'm gonna also highlight my cheeks, my nose, and now we're gonna get into the lip. I'm gonna use my brown eye pencil to actually highlight my lip and take my Revlon lipstick. I'm gonna put all the shades and whatever I use, I'm gonna be putting that on my lip, and then I'm gonna just, we just do the thing we normally do. And after that, I make sure I go in with like a lip gloss to actually make it shine a little. So I'm gonna be using my lip gloss. It's from Miss Rose. I know it's not a brand that it's like everyone is like, I got my lip gloss from Fenty Beauty. We are just gonna do with the products we have, because as a beginner, you can't just have everything you need for makeup immediately. As a beginner, you could start with one. Maybe you have like your eyeshadow and you have little things. So next, I'm gonna go into this palette. This palette is from Beauty Glaze, and I really love it. I'm gonna go under my eye with like a brown reddish kind of like, that's the shade I'm gonna be using, and I'm gonna like go under my eyes, on both eyes, to make sure that I try to define my eyes a little bit. I'll use my hand to support that because I want to actually get the line where I could put that. So after we are done putting that, we're gonna make sure it's really popping a little. Yeah, I can see that. So next thing we're gonna do is I'm gonna be taking my mascara. I have two types of mascara. The bigger one, you see, it's the one where like the brush is so much bigger. I'm gonna be using that to like touch my natural lash and the false lashes to make sure that they blend well, and when you look you can't see anything. So I'm just going to be brushing both together, and like you can see that my eyes are really shaking. Next I'm going to go in with like the smaller head of it, and I'm going to be brushing my lower lashes. Now I'm doing this after I have like used the brown shade so that it could look beautiful. You can't actually brush your lower lashes before you go in with that shade because it's gonna like mess up the lashes. So now I'm brushing my lower lashes. I'm just gonna keep brushing it so that I see the amount of like how dark it is. That's what I just want to see. And before doing this, guys, I actually went in with my powder, so it's just sitting on my face, so that while I do this and when I'm done with this, I'm just gonna dust my powder off to make sure that everything sits in nice and beautiful. Now that we are looking a little bit glammed up, I'm going to like remove my hair from the bun. Actually, this wig is a lace frontal, but I didn't lay it down with any glue. Like it is, I laid it down glueless. And if you want me to do a tutorial on that, please let me know in the like comment section below. Ouch, it actually burns me, like the hot comb was burning. It was my first time using it, but I think I did a great job with a hot comb because it came in the mail not so long. Next, I'm gonna go in with like my setting spray. I'm gonna spray it to make sure that my makeup actually sits on my face, and there we go. This is the look we are looking for an everyday makeup, and basically it's a full face soft beat. If you recreate this look, be sure to tag me so that I'm gonna like see it and repost you. And thank you all so much for watching, and I love you guys so much, and I hope you enjoy this Ndola's Love soft golden glam makeup. Love you guys, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and also give this video a thumbs up if it helped you, and also click the notification bell so that each time I upload a video you're going to see my video. Goodbye.